YouTube, what's going on? Flag 1122 back again for SynthPop review, wearing a Marty McFly vest, for 80s of me. This evening's episode, I'm going to dive into the German synthpop pool of the 80s and pull out a shiny treasure. I'm going to pull out Alphaville's debut album, Forever Young. Yes, this is, to my mind, one of the finest debut albums of synthpop music. To come out of the decade. I just think it's fabulous. Alphaville started off in Germany. They're a German band, and Marion Gold is the lead singer, and then you got Bernhard Lloyd and Frank Mertens that back him up. And in 1984, they released Forever Young, and there's some fantastic singles on here. Probably, like I said before, one of the strongest releases of the 80s, in my opinion. This is Summer in Berlin. This is track number 1. It's just beautiful. His Marion's vocals are just gorgeous. He's just got such a sugary, almost angelic voice. So just amazing. It's beautiful. Just sounds angelic, like a little cherub. Some absolutely lovely uses of synthesizers. They use a whole menagerie of programmers, synthesizers, Korgs, Rolands, several drum synthesizers that I don't remember right off the bat. I'm not really a synthesizer tech savvy guy. I'm going to try to post a link at the bottom of this video, though, of a guy on YouTube playing some classic Alphaville synthesizer melodies, and it's pretty interesting. I found it on the Tube a couple weeks ago. This album produced the song Forever Young, which is the title track of the album. A lot of youngsters would know this song without even knowing anything about Alphaville. If you've seen the movie Napoleon Dynamite, you've listened to that song. They play that song in the dance sequence, in the homecoming sequence when Napoleon and Deb are dancing. It's really cute. That movie also contains some When in Rome music. It's a really cool movie. It's kind of a movie for weirdos like me. Anyway, like I said, it was released in 1984. It has the singles Big in Japan, Forever Young, and Sounds Like a Melody. All three of the singles are amazing. They didn't have a lot of success. I know Big in Japan had the most success probably that Alphaville ever produced. It was a top 10 in the United States, which is their highest in the United States, their highest charting track, and a top 20 in the UK. I think it peaked at number 8 in the UK, and the album was met with varying success all across the world, primarily in Europe, and had some success in the Middle East as well, and Turkey especially. It's kind of strange. They weren't the most prolific of cats, unfortunately. It's one of my favorite groups of all time. They only came out with 6 LPs over the last almost 30 years, and that's kind of tragic. This being the first. They had a follow-up LP, Afternoons in Utopia. I think that came out just a year later in 1985, maybe 1986, and it's almost as good as Forever Young. If you put those two albums just back to back, they're just powerhouses of synth sound. The second track on this LP is Big in Japan. Another just fantastic song, and just a brilliant use of programmers and synthesizers. Really strange sounds here. So you got the Asian influence kind of melded with the almost Kraftwerkian synthesizer use. It's very strange. It's cold, but it's sort of cozy at the same time, and that's what I like about Alphaville. They use kind of they have kind of a chilly sound to them, but Marion's vocals and just the overall production of the songs are just so amazing. You just can't not be swept away in music like this. That's a really, really cool sound. Anyway, it was kind of tragic that they didn't find more success. They released an album in 2010 called Catching Rays on Giant. Catching Rays on Giant, not Catching Rays on the Giant. That would be strange. If you like Alphaville and you listen to this and you say, oh, this is pretty good, I would definitely suggest going and picking up their last LP that was released in 2010. It sounds a lot like classic Alphaville. They had kind of a murky period in the 90s. A lot of groups had a murky period in the 90s that were synth pop acts from the 80s. Grunge started, and it would really just kind of push that music out of the public eye, and that's kind of sad because we lost a lot of great things in. But now we got this new synth pop, synth wave renaissance, and it's all fabulous again. One kind of interesting thing about the band is when they first started out, they were called Forever Young, and then they changed their name to Alphaville for this first release and named the album Forever Young and one of their songs Forever Young. I think Alphaville is a strange name. I don't really know what it means, but I like it. Alphaville, it's like it sounds like a farm for tiny ponies. I don't know. Another really cool thing about the band, and possibly tragic thing, is Laura Branigan did a cover of Forever Young, and unfortunately that cover of Laura Branigan's Forever Young was much more popular than the Alphaville version of Forever Young, especially in the United States. And she played it all the time on all her live shows up until her tragic, too soon death. She always did it as an encore, and her cover of Forever Young is really nice. It's a little more straightforward, and it's kind of a haunting version, especially now that she's passed away. It's a pretty cover, and I like it, but it doesn't have the power that the Alphaville Forever Young has. But it's kind of sad that they didn't get the success that they were looking for, possibly with their own song. I hope they're not too bitter about that. Anyway, I'm going to give Alphaville's Forever Young a 4.5 out of 5. It's one of my all-time favorite albums from 80s synth pop. Possibly, in my mind, one of the best synth pop, if not the best synth pop outfit out of Germany. Even better than groups like Kraftwerk. But Kraftwerk really weren't synth pop. They were pioneers, and it's a whole different category. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Check it out. It's such a strong debut release too. There's just so many fantastic tracks. Forever Young is just great. So I highly suggest it. Check it out. If you like it, go back, look for their other LPs. Buy their Catching Rays on Giant. I don't think anybody listened to it in 2010, which is tragic because it's just fantastic. Love it. Anyway, that's going to be it for me, guys and gals. Thanks for watching. There's a lot more reviews on the way. We love doing it. We love talking about this music. Passionate about it. Cheers. Take care.